This is a public service announcement brought to you by the humble period. That's right, the punctuation mark. Hello, everyone. I'm the period. I'm perhaps the most humble bit of language, a small dot, the tiniest mark. Sometimes you might not even know I'm there. Is that a period or a smudge? I'm stealth like that, but I have power you may have forgotten. I'm here today because many of you seem to have forgotten I, the humble period, exist. I'm here because in writing and in speaking, you just run me over. Sentences go on and on and on and on. You maybe think the comma is somehow better than me, that you don't need me. When you're talking, I swear it's like you don't even remember that sentences end. And that I am the thing, the tiniest thing that brings the ultimate order to writing. What am I? The humble period, the tiniest dot. I am here to remind you that I am important, vital even, and here's why. When I am around, there's space. I give time to digest a thought. I am the most generous dot you ever knew. I give you a chance to catch your breath, to pause, to reflect, to separate one thought from the next. Oh, I can guess why you leave me out. I know how much you have to say. I know you have a ton to share. I know you want to cram all the thoughts, so many ideas. You have a million ideas. You need to get it into one sentence because, gosh, the reader must get it. And in your speech, you need me, especially if you're speaking publicly. Say, as a podcast guest, boy, you really need me. And I understand how you might get nervous, how your breath might quicken at the thought of other people listening to your words. How you might want to rush and gush and get everything out because you want to say it all now. But listen, O glorious speaker. If you don't bring me, the humble period, in every once in a while, you are in trouble. What you have without a period, without me, is a run-on monologue. You've abandoned all semblance of conversation. Without me, there's no exchange. There's no space. There's no give and take. I get that you have replaced me with other, more expressive punctuation marks. I understand how the exclamation point has replaced me in texts. I get its enthusiasm. I get that the exclamation point brings a splash to your party that I don't. I can see how you might think the period is a downer, a bore, a deal breaker, that I'm so definitive. Well, yeah, I am. I am definitive. I mark an end. And things must end, my friends. Sentences must end. Run-on sentences need my help. Oh, so desperately does a run-on sentence need my help. A period is an act of generosity to the listener. It says, okay, your turn. A period is an act of generosity to the reader. It says, okay, you can rest and digest that sentence. A period is an act of power from the writer who says, the words I just laid down are enough. I can end that sentence, and the period signals that I stand by my thoughts. So I, the humble period, am here to assert my rightful place in your word salads. The period belongs, and let me remind you, it belongs more often. I may not be as spacious as a comma. I may not offer that extra space that the semicolon brings. I'm not trying to malign those other fancy punctuation signals. I'm just saying, don't leave the period out. The period is a quiet but definitive boom. It doesn't need to shout like the exclamation point. It doesn't need to go on and on like an ellipsis. It is a subtle but clear signal of an end. And now I bring this public service announcement to a close, brought to you by The Humble Period and Cynthia Morris.